I was never a Swiftie, but you know what I'm saying? She got some bars.
Would you say you've taken the red pill or the blue pill?
Red all day, baby. When Roddy Rackey hated on his video for yo, I wanted to fight Roddy. I was like, yo, leave my boy alone. Like, watch who you talking to like that. Your eyes ever just like really water, like just for no reason, and it's like burning. You're like, yo, am I pregnant or something?
Do you have advice for people listening if they want to do what we do or if they want to become a content creator or something?
Absolutely. What do you think about the new Lorna Shore album?
So that is a good one. That is a good question.
I've never seen so many N-words get so many N-words.
What?
Obese African-American man reacts. Yo, I used to get extreme with my
Welcome to episode 4 of the METALBIRB podcast, and today I'm joined by the GOAT of all reactions, and for the uneducated, that is the greatest of all time reactors, and that is Hardcore Keem. Keem has been in the reaction game longer than I have and continues to adapt to the trends of social media and grows as a content creator. But the best part of Keem is that he helps out the underground bands, which we need for the community to survive. Also, if you've watched Keem, then you know he is the funniest reactor of all time. Absolutely kills me with his comedy. But dude, enough of an intro. How is it going with you? I can hear the baby in the background too, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I got like a new place, so it's like I need sound treatment, but I'm gonna try to like talk close as I can so no echo. But I'm gonna need that intro every time I wake up. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get ready, I'm gonna need that intro to get me going. Hey, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, don't worry. So wait, you just moved into a new place?
Yeah.
Damn.
After 3 years, yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 years. I feel like the background of your videos are like always kind of changing. New lighting setups. Your homeboy. Yeah. You have in the background there. It's funny. You have that before the soundproofing.
Yep. He's a staple. So he's absolute staple that I need to have no matter what. But yeah, I need like bah, 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 bah. But yeah, I'm like a guy who like I'll like look at my video one day and be like, I don't like the background. Change it. And I'll like tear everything down and do it all over again.
Man, I remember like the super old videos. They were like on a webcam, and now you got these crazy lighting backgrounds. Ooh. And everything. The blurry bokeh kind of background too.
Yeah, bro. My old videos were in literally a 500 square foot studio, and like I didn't have nothing, and like I said, it was like on a webcam, and most of the time when I started off, it was on my cell phone tripod. And then like I had to sync it up with my Mac, and I would edit all the videos on my phone. So that's how I started off, and here I am now.
You edited the videos on your phone?
iMovie, baby, come on.
Oh my god, iMovie, dude. It's been crazy to watch you grow, because obviously like the changes over the years too. Like yeah, there was the webcam stuff, but now like okay, first of all, you've moved into a new place just now. But you're always putting out videos all the time, and you have 2 kids, right?
That is correct. As you can hear, I think one of them is crying. But yeah. So what I do is recording in bulk is such a lifesaver, and it definitely helps with being a family man at the same time. So you record in bulk, and you just basically schedule them to like drop throughout the week, and you could still spend time with family. Open your third eye. That's advice, y'all.
Oh, I know. Like, I do that quite a bit, but there's times where like a new song releases or something, and like it's so trendy to check out that song right away. So you have to jump on it. You have to hop on it, because like if you wait like 3 days, people don't care anymore. They're like, we've already seen these other reactors kind of check it out. Like I might check it out, but I think that's
that golden 24 hours.
It is. It really is. Actually, I have one video for Electric Callboy Mind Reader, and I'm waiting for the copyright to get cleared, but they haven't gone back to me. So the video's just sitting there. I'm like, come on, like the music video's out. Like people aren't going to care if it's tomorrow. Actually, do you work with a bunch of labels?
I work with a couple labels. Like I work with Sumerian. I recently just started working with Century because I couldn't put out any Century videos like Lorna Shore, forget it. Um, and I think what's that what's that other one that does like gloom gloom in the
Sharp Tone.
corner? Sharp Tone, yes, and Sharp Tone.
Yeah, so I'm working with a bunch of labels too, and it's getting to the point where like if I don't work with a label, like I'm not interested in doing those videos because I'm getting so sick of copyright claims and blocks and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, you were getting hit with a bunch of blocks all the time. Like it was unfair with like
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's like videos were out, and then for some reason you were getting hit with like a block all the time.
It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I always think I was like maybe it's like the region. Um, but then I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have an answer for that.
How do you choose your songs to react to?
Like which ones? Like
Like, do you kind of like go off the community, or do you go off the labels, or do you just go off the bands that you like? How do you know like which content you want to put out?
so if it's like a band that I know on a label, I'll like if I know the band, and like I know their music, I'm like, all right, absolutely, pass it right through. If I know I don't like the band, like I'll tell labels like, listen, yeah, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna post it. Like I turn down so many like the people. That's what people don't understand. I do turn down a lot of songs, a lot of songs, because sometimes I'm just sitting there like. I'm like, I really don't like this. So it's like I'm not even gonna put it out there because I would hate looking at myself not enjoying a song. And if it's for like a smaller band, what I typically do is like I'll preview like 30 seconds of it, 30 seconds to a minute, and like from there I'll be like, all right, I like it, or I'm like, unfortunately, this ain't my vibe. And people are cool with it so far. Well, had a couple, but so far.
Yeah, and I think that's like the difference between our videos is that when I do like a reaction, like if I'm not feeling it, I'll still like explain it in a review. I'll try to do my best to give some constructive criticism, but like the thing is, like you do reviews too, but your reviews are just you moving around and throwing shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, but that actually works. Like it's like your body language is like, okay, this is a fucking sick song. This is the parts that he likes, so you can just tell. But with me, sometimes like you've even mentioned it to me before, where you're like, you think I'm really liking a song, and then afterwards during the review, I'm just like, oh yeah, no.
What was that song I commented on? I was like, you know what? I respect your opinion. Because you was feeling, was like, nah, this is trash. And I'm like, ah.
was it Volumes? Maybe. No, but I like
No, it
Volumes.
was, I'm trying to think of what song it was. It was
Make
like
them
one of my
suffer.
favorite songs.
Make them suffer. Right. The
What's
Never Bloom, the very early songs.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was like, you didn't like it, but I was like, you know what, it is, it's this different taste. I was like, I was like, I still love you, and like, what I think you was like, I saw your Devil Wears Prada one for Color Decay. I'm like, Metal Bird, what you saying?
Oh, is
What
it?
you?
Was it me with the hot takes video giving out unpopular opinions?
Yes.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the album is still really sick. I just when people were saying it's like a masterpiece, I'm like, okay,
Oh, okay, yeah. So
okay.
like, I'm a huge Prada fan. You're right. It's not a masterpiece. I do love the album though.
Yeah, surprisingly, I actually think it's their best album. Like,
Same.
yeah, I think it's their best work, but it's probably not my favorite. I think Zombie EPs are my
Oh,
favorite that they've done. But I think
yeah.
that the Color Decay is like their best work from start to finish. Every song is good. It's creative. It's so hooky. Like I like it, but people are just like it's a masterpiece. I'm like I think it's like really solid. I think I definitely could have gave more context, and also that it was like a live stream, right? So I took out like 15 minutes of me talking about it just to condense it for YouTube, right? But yeah, so dude, actually talking about Devil Wears Prada, what are like some of the best bands that you discovered doing the reaction stuff?
Oh, that's a great question. So like best bands. You ever heard of Dragon Corpse?
I don't think so. I could have checked them out. It's hard to keep up with all the songs you check out on like Twitch and stuff.
So imagine, hear me out. Look at the space. You're putting power metal, like 80s power metal, like, and you're mixing that with deathcore. And when I tell you it's a beautiful mix, you will be so addicted. It's so good.
Really? You like that? I'd never pegged you as like a power metal person.
I'm not. I hate power. Listen, those spandex and those cheetah print tights. you be like, hey, Keem, name one Aerosmith song. I'd be like, kill me. I have no idea. I don't like that type of music. But mixing it with deathcore is such a beautiful mix.
Would you say deathcore is like your favorite genre?
No.
Because like the thing is, you like Prada, you also do some throwback emo stuff. I feel like you got a big emo heart or something.
I'm such a nostalgia boy. Like I really am. Like the 2000s metalcore is my baby. Like, and I just think we'll never get to that point where it'll be better than that. Like all this new stuff is great, but back then it was just 10 times better, man.
Dude,
it was so much better.
This is such a hot topic with like my community and stuff, but I mentioned it many times. I feel like, 2000s metalcore trumps the new era. Even the new era is like really good, but I don't know. It was more creative. Like so many bands, there were so many different kinds of bands where like I feel like a lot of bands all kind of like sound a little bit similar today, but also it was just like it was like fun. It was like charismatic. It didn't take itself so seriously all the time. Like the old MySpace, like metalcore days and emo days, they were so much more hooky too. Like the melodies, that was another thing too. And I feel like, the melodies are a little bit more absent in terms of filthy breakdowns, but the filthy breakdowns are sick too. I don't know. You go ham with those breakdowns.
The style, the MySpace, they had the song titles where it's the wackiest song title ever. I love that. They had the synth. There could be 5 metalcore bands. That's like, let's say Memphis Mayfire, Devil Wears Prada, The Word Alive, all in the same genre, but they all had their own lane. You know what I'm saying? Now take those same bands, put them in today. I ain't gonna lie, they all kind of sound the same now.
Yeah, I know. It's so true. And like Devil Wears Prada too, we're doing like assistant to the regional manager, HTML rules, dude. Right. Dogs can grow beards all over. That's what I mean about the like comedy and like the charisma. It's gone now. Like did you ever listen to Chiodos?
Oh, listen. Word's best friend redefined. Yeah. Talk about a riff.
Dude, I think on Twitch recently we were playing that song and people were like, "Oh, this sucks" or something. I'm like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about."
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to fight your community one by one. What?
That riff is iconic. I know. Like the thing is like I have a hard time separating the nostalgia and like I don't know. I can't tell if it's like nostalgia or preference, but I feel like the golden era of like metalcore was at its peak. But like that's not to say like the new stuff isn't sick. Like one of my favorite bands that I think is like they're like kind of reinventing metalcore a little bit is Loathe. Can you get into Loathe? I feel like they're pretty like shoegazy and slow for you.
I like Loathe. So
oh hell yeah.
It took me a while to get into their new stuff because I was like an old Loathe fan where like they're super heavy stuff. But now it's like, when a band like just speaks to your soul and you're like, what am I doing? Loathe is one of those bands that make you really think. And that's why I feel my musical taste, it was like all heavy. Like I used to be super tunnel vision. Like if it didn't have a breakdown or if it didn't have something super catchy, I'm just automatically like throw it out the window. Now I look more for the stuff that makes me feel something. And it's just it's great, man. Like Loathe is one of those bands.
Dude, that's me. I feel like you called me out once when I said like I mentioned that breakdowns can be a little bit overrated. I think I said
that. Yeah. I was like, you don't like breakdown.
But it's fun.
Sorry, that was the old me.
It's funny because I was at the Laura Shore concert and I was hanging out with Nick, right? And we were talking about like the death metal stuff, and I'm like, yeah, the death metal is like pretty cool, but it needs more breakdowns. So like, don't get me wrong, like I love breakdowns for sure. They can't. The thing is, I feel like they can be definitely overused. Right now, one of my main criticisms with them is that every song lately has been ending their song with like a filthy breakdown, like To the Hellfire, Lauren Shore, and it's getting a little bit samey and predictable. Although it sounds sick, but like as soon as like one band does something, every other band kind of follows suit a little bit.
Right. I have heard like copies of like Will's vocal at the end, like people do their own interpretation of it at the end of their song, and I'm like, I usually be like, that's a little Lord of Shore-ish. I like call it out.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love the dudes of Brand of Sacrifice, but Exodus or whatever their new single was just like throwing all the sounds that they could. They did the Will Ramos like pig squeal thing, and then they did the breeze and the bleh. They did everything that they could in that one breakdown. Actually, it was fucking Dickie Allen that did the pig snarls to begin with and Blasphemian.
Yeah. He's the one who like started the whole goblin type vocal. And that's as far as I heard. Dang, you reacted to Blasphemian, right?
Yeah, that was like one of my first videos. That song was just like so insane. Now if I listen to it or watch it, I'll be like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Right.
But I feel like the thing was I fell out of deathcore like for a while. Back in the day, I used to jam like a lot of Veil of Maya and Born Osiris. And then I kind of fell off it, and then doing the reaction stuff, like I started getting back into it, and kind of lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You
Breakdowns?
talk about deathcore.
Yeah, deathcore is sick. I forgot what I was talking about, man. Like it's because the thing was, I'm looking at a question here, and then my brain, I can't fucking multitask. That's my thing. I saw this question, I'm like, oh shit, I want to ask you this, and then I got distracted.
Wait. All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, the favorite experience being a content creator, because like what I really want to bug you about is, well, you're like hosting the festival, and also you're in the Brownie now. I assume those are massive highlights being a content creator, but like, man, I love to know like what your favorite experience so far has been doing.
Yeah. So like originally when I started like this hardcore Keem thing, this entity, I knew I didn't want to just be in like the content creation space. I wanted to like broaden it because I was like, listen, after a while, this is going to be like, all right. I didn't want it to get dry. So when I think it was this year. Yeah, it was this year. Back in March, I was talking to Johnny, the vocalist of the Browning, and he was like, hey, we need a bass player. You want to join? I'm like, this could really broaden my horizon. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I've never been like bass in a band. Like I knew how to play bass, but never. I was like always like a vocalist. So I was like, let's do it.
But how did he know that you were like a bassist? He just saw some of your covers and like he just wanted to hit you up?
Nope. He randomly asked, and I was like, yeah, I play bass. Yeah, it was literally so. It was like the luckiest straw ever pulled.
Holy.
But I would say, you said my favorite part. What was the question? My favorite part?
Yeah, being like a content creator. Favorite experience.
Oh, just see how people like react to like see my reaction to like the songs, like seeing other people like a song how I do, and especially like a breakdown, and just get like positive feedback and be like, hey, Keem, you really cheered my day. Like I really did know that, you know, when you're like a content creator, people are like, hey, you really made my day. You're like, how? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just a person.
I know. So, yeah.
Just seeing people happy from it is like probably like the highlight.
Man, like I'm sure when you go to like shows and stuff, people are always like recognizing you, right?
Yeah. And that's weird too. I still haven't got used to that. And it was at the end of October. I was hosting Monster Mosh, and we was playing in it. the amount of people that like came up to me, hey, hardcore Keem, I love your stuff. It was crazy. It was like a little bit overwhelming because I'm an extrovert, like in here, like in my space, but like outside, it's like I didn't know. I'm actually kind of scared of people.
What?
Yeah,
What?
like so, like it's like to that point. It's like I'm an extrovert introvert. So when I was like there, like I was saying hi to everyone, but like sometimes I'm just like, whoo, like this is a lot. But when I'm like pitting, it's different. I'm weird. It's like so weird. But if I'm like just sitting there, I don't want people like looking at me or like noticing me. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's
No
really
way.
weird.
I think
Yeah,
I think a lot of us are like that. I think a lot of YouTubers I'm finding out are kind of like weirdly a little bit introverted, I think.
yeah,
But like I'm definitely can be like that too. But like you know, going to concerts, like it is so weird to bump into people that recognize you because like you just keep doing this online, you're putting videos out and then you see the feedback through comments and views, but you
right.
don't you go out, you do your thing, like when you go like fucking pick up groceries, you don't bump into people there, right? So it's like whatever. But then you go to a show and they're like, Metalbirb? 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 And some people, like I've met some people that are like really shy. They're like, oh, like you're my hero. I'm like, whoa, take it down a notch. Take it down. Like
Yo,
my ego is like through
right.
the roof. I'm like, I'm your hero. I'm
Yeah.
your hero.
Right. That's why like I'll like talk to anybody. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. But it's like I don't it's like sometimes I don't know how to act in public. It's like, how do I act? Or they're like, hey, I don't know if this is too much. Can I get a picture? I'm like, yes, of course. Like, come on, like what are you doing? Get over here. But you know, it's like then it's like, all right, they're all looking at me. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do they want me to do? It's I don't know. It's I need to find that like line or I need to find that like be more extroverted. Maybe because we've been like the whole lockdown. Because before the whole lockdown and people like spotted me at shows, I was like more outgoing, more talkative. But like being in for so long and then coming back out, it's like I was an introvert for like those 2 years. I was stuck in my room literally. So it's like I don't know. I gotta get used to it again.
Man, I think you nailed it. I think that's exactly it because like that's the same thing as me. Like I started going to shows when things opened up again. And like I remember I went to a show recently. I'm just like, oh, I really don't want to be seen. I was kind of hidden in the crowd and just like mind my own business. But then I went to the last show to see Lorna Shore and I'm like mingling with everybody and stuff. I think I'm just like getting more used to being out in public again because like, yeah, we were fucking locked down for 2 years. I feel like we kind of like forget about it. I don't know how we can, but we were 2 years trapped inside. So now, yeah, it's cool to go out there and like meet some people. But like the fact that people think like I'm that special in any way is just like, okay, take it down a notch. Like if I was in like a band, okay, I get it. They are creating cool ass art. They're creating cool ass music. But me, all I do is fucking listen to music. Like I just,
Right. Right.
yeah.
I'm like, you can do this. I'm like, yo, you watch me. I'm like, you can do this yourself. Maybe I just don't like the whole pedestal thing. I don't like people putting me on like on some type of like pedestal, like, oh, you're like the greatest stuff. I was like, no, man, like I'm literally just like you. I'm like a regular person. Like you can do this too. So it's like I don't like the whole, because there's like a lot of musicians out here who have like that have a huge ego, and I don't know how people do that. It's like I can't. It's like people watch you, people appreciate you, So don't knock you down to size. You know what I'm saying? I never want to have like the ego.
I know, right? So yeah, always like kind of stay humble. But like, man, the thing is like seeing us grow over the years is another thing. Cause I remember when I first started my YouTube channel was October 2019. And I was watching Truon, and you know exactly who that is.
Man.
He is the OG. He is the OG. I know. Man, if he was still going, like I don't think my channel would survive, to be honest. He was so
Right.
fucking good.
He was one of the reasons why I started.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I think that's a lot of us who started very early were watching Truon and Galactic Criminal. Don't get me wrong, Galactic Criminal too. But like Truon, his niche was really fucking like metalcore and metal reactions. And but like it's cool because like when we first started, man, who was it? I remember there was like a few other channels. have you noticed a lot of reaction channels drop off over the years?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, man.
Like, what was it? My homeboys in like A and B Reacts. I know they don't really do reactions anymore. I'm like, or Slam and Salmon.
Yeah, those guys. The thing is, like,
I know.
Man, there's some reactions that I feel like they're so underappreciated, but like Slam and Salmon, those guys are hilarious. Their editing is fucking insane. But the thing was, like, I'm like, man, these videos are too high quality for these underground bands. Like, it's not going to blow up. I think like the problem with reaction videos is like, don't worry so much about editing. Just kind of like put it out there, because all they care about is if you're like reacting to the same way of music as they are, right? When they listen to it,
right.
That's all they care about. And like some people just go like crazy over the top. Like my homie, like I'm sure you're friends with him too, but Orion.
I told him, I'm like, Orion, your editing is so out there. Like literally, it's like zoom in, like Orion. Come on, man.
But you know what? I've noticed that my editing has changed over the years too. You good, man?
And my eye burning. It's okay. Am I good?
Yeah. What, you got like a hot pepper or something?
It's all right. I'll go like this. I got set in my eye. It's all good.
Okay. But yeah, like my editing has changed over the years too, because like now doing like TikTok and other things, like you have to be like much more quick, fast pace with like TikTok. And this is another thing I want to pick your brain about, because like and then like I bring those editing styles that I do for TikTok, where it's like show the music video, then show me, and then there's like a slow zoom out. Now I'm bringing that to my YouTube videos, and it's pretty fun. But dude, what is cool about you too is that, you know, you've been on YouTube longer than I have, and obviously other social media platforms, but you honed in on the fucking shorts content. And I think that's really cool. You adapted to the trend, and now like you're a fucking Instagram king of like metal reactions too. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking smart. Who else is doing it? Who else? I can't think of anybody else. Exactly.
That's besides the point. Hey man, I'm trying.
Well, I thought about doing it too. I thought about putting like my TikToks on my Instagram. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like my Instagram's kind of like photos and other things. I'm like a little bit more peculiar about it. But I'm looking at you. I'm like, damn, maybe I should. But
do it.
Yeah. Well, I started like a second Instagram page dedicated for reels just now.
Don't do that. You do it on do it on your page that you have now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. The thing is like, you gotta adapt to the changes of social media, because like, yeah, I think TikTok is kind of changing the game right now.
Oh yeah, TikTok is for sure changing the game. So like, it's like now, especially with the shorts and reels, they only care about the part that is going to get people liking, sharing, and like commenting. So like if it's like a breakdown, it's like a catchy chorus, people look to that stuff and then they'll share it, and then that's when it get pushed into like the algorithm. So like let's say your videos, the videos that you post on TikTok, you can post it to Instagram, but don't have your TikTok watermark in it, because if you have your TikTok watermark, Instagram will be like, no, we ain't pushing that. So you have to, as long as they don't have the watermark, you'll be good to go. And I saw you be posting shorts. You have a shorts channel. I saw that. I was like, okay, let me find out.
So yeah, and I removed the TikTok thing too, because I heard about that. But the thing is, like, now I stopped uploading shorts to my second YouTube channel, because YouTube has finally updated their platform to show a section for videos and a section for shorts, which is so much better, because I don't know. I guess like I'm very nitpicky, but I didn't like it when there was like a whole bunch of videos and then a whole bunch of shorts just blending together.
Yeah,
it just looked weird. I didn't like the look of it, but now it's much more organized. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start uploading shorts. But like, how did you know to do all this? Like, how did you figure this out? Do you research a lot of marketing stuff, or like, how do you figure this shit out?
So, because like at first I wasn't doing shorts at all. I was doing like it was just posted as a video. And then I believe it started with when Reels first came out. It was like I did something for like X King X, and that like blew up. And I'm like, that got way more views than if I would have posted as like a regular post. So I was like, shorts is the new reels is the way, because when I think about it, I was like, all right, so TikTok is like the hottest platform right now. Of course, all other social medias will definitely want to follow that. So I just gotta get with the trends.
Yeah, I
Get with the
know.
trends and get left behind.
Dude, it's changing even music too. That's another thing.
That is the most craziest thing. Like I know Bad Omens has a song that's still popping right now on TikTok.
Just pretend.
Yeah, like it's and it translates to them selling out a tour. Like that's so insane. Or like To the Hellfire. So To the Hellfire was hot, but once it reached TikTok, that's when Lord of Shore exploded.
Yeah.
And they just sold out a tour. So it's like TikTok is the way. That's like the most if you want to put your music out there for any small artist out there right now, you better be on TikTok every single day, interacting, posting your music. And it's free. That's the point people don't understand. Listen, this is the most powerful thing you have right now. You want your music out there, start using it.
It's so true. Metalcore bands, they're not posting on TikTok. I see them too. I like, because I'm tagging them in some of my videos, and then I go to their TikTok page. I'm like, they're barely posting. They're not taking advantage of it. I'm like, come on. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Oh man, how do you think do you think that we need to like edit the clips for like breakdowns, or should we start like filming like, you know, the full thing? Because like I want to like show them more than the music, than just like the breakdown or the hook. Like, how you just kind of edit the breakdowns, don't you?
No, so like the whole, you can find the whole video on my YouTube.
Yeah.
So like, and then I got you. And then after I finish editing the full video, I splice it down to just like the breakdown for socials. Yes, I see what you mean.
Gotcha. Yeah. How's the live streaming been going for you?
Live streamers been pretty good. I try to stream as much as I can. I've been doing like once a week for like 2 months, but it's good. It's good, man. It's good.
Only once a week, eh?
Yeah, I'm trying to bump it up because I've been busy, man. Been busy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you manage? Like, you say you do everything in bulk. Like, do you have like another person helping you in some sort of way? Because you've been going hard, I've noticed.
Nah, so I'll stay up late, man.
Really?
I do it all. Yeah, I do it all myself. It's like I'm kind of like scared to like have an editor, because it's like I do it like I edit a certain way, you know. So it's like somebody else's fingerprint on it. I'm like, it's not the hardcore Keem way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I take passion when I'm like, okay, cut this, move this, screen shake. You know what I'm saying? Like hit marker. Like I take so much passion into it. And like people feel like, hey, Keem, you ever need an editor? I'm like, no, thank you.
Is this your full-time gig?
No, I got a full-time job.
Yeah. Okay. So you were saying that like, oh, I finished work at 5. I'm like, I thought this was your full-time thing.
No, a lot of people think that. No. So YouTube is like another full-time. I got 2 full-time jobs. So yeah, I do insurance by day, YouTuber by night.
You do insurance?
Yeah, man. So you get in an accident, you call up, you can like, hey, yo, I just crashed my car. I'm like, okay, let me get your statement. I'm like, where were you? So yeah, I like make decisions for people.
Dude, I didn't know you were insurance. You gotta like, you gotta like work off and make your own little business with insurance and call it like hardcore insurance or something.
Hardcore insurance. People definitely will not buy hardcore insurance.
I don't know. That has a good ring to it. Man, okay.
It does for the metal. Insurance for the metal community. There you go.
Hey,
people always getting hurt at metal shows. Hold on, a specialized insurance for.
Hold up. And bands need insurance too when they're like on tour in case things break.
That's true. Things break. Things get stolen.
Hardcore insurance.
Oh no, you may be onto something. You may be. Hey yo, if anybody watching this, do not take this. I will sue you. It's copyrighted right as of now.
Hardcore insurance. Yeah.
Hardcore insurance.
Use the same
That's
kind
actually
of.
a great idea. To be honest, I'm actually going to think about that because that's no, who's doing that?
Hey, it's why I'm
No
here.
one.
That's why I'm here. Man, I can't do it. I used to sell insurance back in the day. So yeah.
Oh, you know what it's like. Then you know what it's like.
I was so shitty at it, man. I sold life insurance. So yeah.
I was
one of those.
Hey Miss Smith, I'm here to call you about life insurance.
Pretty much.
Man, I hang up on you 2 seconds.
I know. We had like a script that we had to follow too. But yeah, like how is your finances lately, and kind of like talk to them about that. Oh, you just moved into your house? Oh, okay. So like who are you working with as a bank? And then just kind of like work your way in, and then after that just so you have mortgage insurance? What if I told you that mortgage insurance is not good? Life insurance is cheaper. Actually, it's kind of true. By the way, if you have mortgage insurance, you should probably get life insurance. That's one of the few things that I actually agree with. But otherwise, like I couldn't do it because like I remember the company I was working with was telling me like you need to work with like friends and family because I wasn't very good at the cold calls and cold approaches. I'm like, okay, then work with people that like trust you to build up a clientele. I'm like, okay. So like I went through like my Facebook friends and like, oh, I don't know. I don't feel good about this. Like I'm messaging people I haven't talked to in years. Just like, hey, how's it going? I know. So cringy. So awkward.
Listen, you did the Herbalife thing. Yo, you remember when people, hey, I haven't talked to you since high school. How's your fitness going? Herbalife. I'm like, hey, yo, get out my inbox.
Dude, if anyone's listening and you have a job or if you know someone that is telling you to go build up your clientele through friends and family, leave that fucking job. That was yeah. So, and the thing is, there's such a big company here too in Canada that I'm like, I didn't realize that it was very pyramid schemey. I should have, because a lot of the diagrams and like the board meetings on like the photos were literally a fucking pyramid.
Yep, that's how they get you. They're like, here, you just get 3 people under you. You're set for life. And then they get 3 people under them. And you're like, oh, and, I got trapped into so many pyramid schemes without even knowing. And then I was like, wait a minute, this don't seem right.
Yeah. Dude, like I'm so glad I left that job. I worked a decent amount of corporate jobs before doing YouTube. And actually, the last time we talked, I remember you were saying like, "Oh, YouTube isn't your full-time thing." And I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh," like, and then I was talking to you, like, "Are you close to being full-time?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm pretty close." So that's why I'm shocked that you still have another job. But like, the thing is, like, man, I'm full-time with YouTube, but it's so much fucking work, man. Like, how do you...
I would have been closed before I had another kid.
Yeah, okay. I know. Inflation. Well, I also live in Toronto. Toronto's fucking expensive. So, like, I'm actually thinking about picking part-time work. And also, just in case my resume is kind of, like, gets a little bit lax of, like, experience. So I need to, like, kind of pick it back up. But the thing is, like, YouTube is a lot of work. And you also have, like, a full-time job. How do you deal with burnout? Do you ever get burnt out? You never seem like you do.
Oh, so that's why I record in bulk. So like if let's say Sunday I'll record 20 videos. It's kind of like a live stream. And here's how I see it. Kind of like a live stream. I'll get all these songs, boom, bust them out, edit. Throughout the rest of the week, I'm chilling unless there's like a new song that come out that, the Golden 24. I'll like try to hop on it as soon as I can. But other than that, if you record in bulk, you are set.
Do you ever get tired of doing the reaction content?
Yes. All the time. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What else would you be doing?
Shoot. When I'm not. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you have the hardcore show, right? You were doing that for a little bit.
Yeah. So I was doing that. Then I was like, well, it's still dealing with music. So like I got burnt out of that. I deleted that channel. Well, I deleted that. I started doing that show. So now I just do like a weekly podcast with Johnny from the Browning Distortion Report. We do like metal news.
Oh shit! So you have a podcast too now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny because like Orion just started a podcast too, or like the same time as me. Like, how long have you been doing the podcast for? I feel like I haven't seen it.
So this one just launched, but I stopped.
That's why.
I stopped the Hardcore Keem show like a couple weeks ago to do this, and I was like, I'll just do one podcast. I'm not trying to burn myself out with podcasting now.
Yeah, so you're just kind of talking about music and news in the scene and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I think also YouTube. Orion told me this, but they're going to make a specific tab for podcasts too. So you're going to have videos, shorts, and podcasts.
Oh yeah, they're trying to take over.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're kind of falling behind a little bit. Like, I know Google like has it, owns it, but like that's what I mean with TikTok being the main social media platform. Now they're trying to play catch up. And one of the most annoying things about YouTube is the copyright claims, because TikTok is so much better for that. You upload a video and like it's always fine. The copyright's like, okay, it's good. And that's why so many bands are getting noticed through TikTok, because the music is a lot more fair there. But then like, okay, so today I uploaded a clip of Kim Dracula. Have you ever checked out Kim Dracula? It's weird.
No.
Yeah, it's very trendy. So it's good for that, but like it's weird. So I put it on TikTok. It's doing really well, no issues. I upload the same 20-second clip to YouTube for a short, copyright blocked. Yep. No one can watch it. I'm like, fuck you, YouTube. You're so annoying.
They're like, wait a minute. This ain't yours. Yeah, it's YouTube is, like I said, like YouTube used to be so much better without the whole copyright. You could just upload whatever you want. Like people knew that it wasn't your song. Like people knew it was like, you know, who the song belongs to. Now they're just it's just stricter.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's always been kind of annoying platform. Like when you first started, was copyright that bad?
Yeah, so same, because this was after the Adpocalypse thing. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm trying. When exactly did you start? Was it 2019 too?
2018. June of 2018.
Damn. So you've been in 5 years. Then.
It is. Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
So before like reactions, I was doing. I don't like the. This is.
Oh, let's hear it.
I was going in. So like what I would do is I would take a band, right? Take a local band, take their song. I will go out in public, and I would mosh to it.
Yeah, that was like your intro.
Yeah. So like my intro was what I did before the reactions.
Oh, I thought that was just a dedicated intro. I'm like, man,
no.
Oh, I'm like, you really went out for the intro here, man.
Nah. That's what I used to do, and then until I start getting kicked out of places, and I was like, I gotta do something else. And then I saw True Art, and I was like, you know, reactions. I can do reactions.
Honestly, if you do that again, I think that would work really well, man.
I thought about it. I thought like, should I just sprinkle it here and there? Maybe not.
I feel like it might be a good way for people to discover new music too. Just saying.
Or I could do like the public interviews.
Oh,
I thought about that.
Same.
Why is this eye? This eye is freaking out. Your eyes ever just like really water, like just for no reason, and it's like burning? You're like, yo, am I pregnant or something?
I have no idea, but it does look like you're like crying right now, man.
Yeah, it does. Hey, yo, I am, because this is such a beautiful podcast. I'm gonna let it roll though.
Oh, what were you saying? We were talking about the public interviews. Okay, so I was thinking the same thing. I wanted to. I went to Mexico this summer, and I was like, I brought my camera, and I had the idea of interviewing like beach girls and like showing them. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say this shit.
Too late. I already thought about that idea.
Yeah,
I'm taking it. No. But you should have did it though. You really should have did it.
Well, I was having issues with. Oh wait, no. The thing was I thought the resort I was going to was going to be a little bit more party and like a lot of girls. Instead, it was like very family resort. So it wasn't a really proper vibe there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I've thought about like interviewing beach girls and showing them like Lauren Shore to the Hellfire and getting their reactions like, oh, what is this? I'm like, and then like using their like butts as like a thumbnail for just like clickbait and like
That would have went viral. You know that.
I
You know
know.
that.
I
Millions
know.
of views. You know that.
Hey, I said it here first, so if anyone takes
Man,
that
he does it.
idea, you know that was a METALBIRB
Yeah.
thing right there.
Was it 11:22 at 8:07 METALBIRB stamp? So copyright coming straight your way.
Oh, 11/22 is like the date of month. I'm like, is it 11/22 right now, time wise for you?
Oh,
yeah.
no. Yeah, the date. Yeah, yeah. Go by fast, man. This year is flying. It's crazy.
Oh, I know, but it's been a good year as opposed to the other two, like past couple of years before that with lockdowns.
Oh yeah,
man. This is not a smooth pivot in the slightest, but I see a question here. I feel like you don't get a lot of criticism. I don't see it, but like, do you get criticism at all? Because like, I feel like you are such a pure reactor in terms of just you help the underground bands better than anybody else in the scene. And you deserve so much credit for that. But also, like, no one can imitate you. And when they do, it's obvious as hell. I'm like, when you see someone punching like a dummy or something with a Target sign or a Call of Duty sign, like, that is such a Keem thing. Like, no one can fucking imitate you. That's the thing. Like, do you get some sort of criticism?
I appreciate it, but I get a lot of criticism. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Some people be like, "Oh, you're overreacting." I'm like, there are people like, "Oh, the song is not even that good," or,
"Oh yeah."
It's funny because what I do tend to get a lot is, "Oh, he likes every single song he comes across. Like, there's no way he likes absolutely all these songs," and I'm like, I don't. And then they'll like tell me their favorite band, and I'm like, yikes. Or like a lot of people in the scene. Because like I don't like A Day to Remember. I don't like Architects. I don't like Parkway Drive. Like all their like favorite bands. I'm like that they're mid. I'm sorry. It's just I can never get into them. And so there's that. That's like a big one.
You should do a video of giving out all these hot takes.
Oh.
Just to put it out in the air. Put it out in the open. Just stir up the pot a little bit. But people will actually get to know, like, oh, wait, he doesn't like Parkway Drive. Like, people now know that I don't like Parkway Drive and stuff. I can't get into them too much. But I respect the band. It has nothing to do with the band members. It's just the music.
Right. I think it's like the music is, like, it's like the bands that we grown up listen to. And if they're still around, I ain't gonna lie, some of them just, they with the rock road, the radio rock, so it's okay.
It's true, but like with Architects, so I'm gonna have to bug you because I love Architects, but that's fine that you don't like. Have you listened to their old shit like Hollow Crown back in like you have, and you still couldn't get into it? No. Damn. Okay, that's fine.
I couldn't. Or people, what's that? Hell is, what is that?
Holy Hell.
Holy Hell. Yeah. Everybody always be like, listen to Holy Hell. Like, people like the blast.
Those are like those are new Architects fanboys. I've been listening to those guys since like 2009. The old stuff hits harder. It was way more aggressive and just like that's where I'm like I feel like Keem would like the old stuff. The new stuff is like bled, genty kind of stuff. Well, not the brand new stuff, but yeah. What are some of your favorite bands? Like there was Prada.
So I have a tier list. I got you. It's kind of like a pyramid scheme. So at the tippity top is Devil Wears Prada. They're like untouchable. They got me into this whole metal core, the core side.
Not to interrupt again, but like with the Crunk song, the cover of like Punko's Crunk.
Yeah, Still Fly.
Yeah.
They got that song got me into the whole. That was the first break that I ever heard. I'm like, this is amazing. So they'll always be like my my whale, right? And then right under that is a local band in Minnesota called Soulkeeper.
Oh yeah, I know them.
They are so good. When I say good, chef's kiss, because they're like a better Sworn. No.
Oh shit. Those are fighting words.
That's another thing. Sworn is mid. They only had one good album. That's it. And that was their start and EP. That's it. Everything after that was mid.
Fair enough. I never actually listened to them too much, but I know people love them.
Oh, people worship Swarland.
Yeah.
But look at them now. What are they doing?
Are they still a band?
I don't know. I don't know. They haven't released music in years.
Is there what other bands? Actually, you know what? How about non-metal related? Let's get to know Keem outside the metal.
Oh, that's a beautiful question.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, artists I listen to that's like not metal whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. So listen, Kid Leroy. You know Kid Leroy?
Hold up. Australian rapper? No, I've never actually listened to him.
What? Okay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would.
Oh, that?
Oh, come on, Burb.
Yeah,
Burb.
I know that
Ain't
song.
that song heat? Ain't that song heat? That song is like catchy. That song is catchy.
Yo, it's so catchy.
So I used to be a really big Jonas Brothers fans. Probably still am.
Jonas
they were
Brothers.
like they was like one of my guilty pleasures.
They know.
I could throw down to.
Dude, okay, no, they have. I am so like I listen to everything too. So Jonas Brothers does have some good songs. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. But yeah, okay, that's one I can actually respect too. That's cool. I feel like that's so like bad to say if you're like a metalhead and then you enjoy some Jonas Brothers.
You know how the gatekeepers are.
They're bad, man. They're so bad.
I like Post Malone. You like Post Malone?
I don't listen to him too much, but I think he's cool. He's a metalhead actually.
Yeah. He used to be like a band.
Yeah,
he used to throw it out for sure. But on the rap side, I like some Kendrick, Denzel Curry, was Isaiah Rashad. I listen to like a lot of rap.
Man, I just heard Denzel Curry for the first time like a couple weeks ago. He's sick. Yeah.
What song you heard?
It was only like a Rage Against the Machine cover, but it was badass.
You saw it. Oh, he did Bulls on Parade.
Yeah.
Yo, he killed that cover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did really. Yeah. Listen to Denzel Curry. He's cool. He's really cool.
We checked that out on Twitch because like the thing is, I want to know if this is the same for you, but when I go on my Twitch streams, the music that we listen to is so much different than the YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel is like metalcore, deathcore, whatever, and then we go on to Twitch and we're listening to like fucking Denzel Curry, a bunch of other things, rap and weird music. Like, is it the same thing with you?
Oh, I love it. Yep. I love it. I love when people put non-metal songs in, because sometimes you just need a break from like metal. You just need to hear what other people are listening to. Because I know a lot of people in metal like listen to other songs, but then there's the specific group that's like, listen, it's metal or nothing, it's metal or die. But it's like, yo, if you open your eyes to the world, baby, you can find another favorite artist that's not metal. It's like, sometimes you need a break from metal. Sometimes the chugs get tiring. Sometimes the riffs get tiring. Sometimes somebody yelling in your ear gets tiring. That's the thing. It's just, it gets repetitive. Quick.
I never, ever thought you would ever say that.
With chugs? Yeah.
No, with chugs, screaming and all that. Yeah. I thought that was your bread and butter.
It's my bread and so when you've been doing it for this, 5 years is not really long, but when you've been doing it for this long, you find a way to listen to other music just to give it a break.
Yeah. So actually, that's the thing. It's a little too much bread and butter. You're stuffed with bread and butter.
A stuffed turkey, because Thanksgiving coming up, I was a stuffed turkey because I was so driven on it, and it came to a point where I was like, listen, I don't want to really burn myself out. I don't want to drop off the face of drop off YouTube one day. So I was like, I need to preserve as much as I can. So what I try to do is, if I'm not listening to like Denver's Prada or like Soul Keeper or like my like top 5, I'm listening to like metal. I mean, not metal, like rap, R&B. Pop, and you listen to that new Taylor Swift album?
I heard it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I was never a Swiftie, but you know what I'm saying. She got some bars.
I'm gonna clip this and put on social media what you just said right there.
She got some bars.
That's fair. Okay, like the thing is, like I go on Discord and like we have like a Last FM bot. I'm sure you have it too, where you can see the stats of like all the plays you have on metal bands, and like people are always shocked that like my numbers are less than theirs for like a lot of the metal bands. I'm like, yeah, like I listen to it all the time for like YouTube and Twitch. Like I need a break from it. Like I don't think you guys get it. It's like all the time. Like it's not even that, but like your whole like life surrounds it. It's like always metal content and metal stuff. Metal. So it's nice to have a little bit. Metal. Okay, so a question I got for you is like, do you feel disconnected with your like fans in some sort of way?
No.
That's good.
No.
Like so, if you, I guess that's true because you're always fucking feeling a breakdown. Usually, but like, there's never times where you're like, you check out, I don't know, people are always like going like, oh, this is like song of the year, EP of the year. And you're like, it was all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's a little bit different, but for me personally, like I noticed like, you know, doing the metalcore stuff all the time. It also is the stuff that pulls in the most views. So it's what people want me to check out. So like I'll check out a song and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this song is pretty good. Like I liked it. And then when I review it, I'll say like, oh yeah, there's lots of good things about it. I can see why people like it. So I say it's good. And then like in the comments, everyone's just like, they are changing the game and stuff. Like this is album of the year. I'm just like, I definitely do not agree. And then I do like my top 5 videos every month. And I think a lot of people are always shocked by some of my number ones. They're always like a little bit like, yeah, no, I thought this song was the best. And it could have been like the video that had the least amount of views too sometimes.
I'm gonna need a hot take from you.
Okay. I don't know if this is a hot take in my community, but like, I think Relica has the best EP of the year right now. Relica is like, do you know them? Have you heard them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, bro. I don't know if you like them. Or maybe they're.
I was about to say Reliant K. Like, you remember Reliant K?
Reliant K? Oh, hell yeah.
You remember them?
Oh, hell yeah.
I was about to say, wait a minute. They dropped another album?
No, Relica is their name.
No, never heard of Relica.
They're like, actually, you might like them. They got one song with Sean from Make Them Suffer. They got a music video for it too and everything. It's like, yeah, it's Reliqa. So they're like progressive metalcore. So they're very shreddy. It's a female vocalist and she like sings and raps. It's very different. It's very weird.
Yo, I seen Mr. Magic like a couple years ago.
That sounds sick.
I was like, yo, I didn't know that was the same band. Yo, that's the only song I've heard, Mr. Magic. Yeah, that song's hard.
Yeah, dude. So the new stuff is even more like metalcore. It's like even that was like a little bit weird. Yeah, I think if you like that song, then you definitely like the new EP too. Okay. I got a good question for you because we were talking about like TikTok and all these other things and starting up as content creators.
Yeah.
Do you have advice for people listening if they want to do what we do or if they want to become a content creator or something? Do you have advice for how to start out and for people who just are thinking about doing this as a side hustle?
Absolutely. 1, just do it. 2, don't worry about all this fancy equipment. I got my first 10K subs with just this, my phone looking at me and me talking to it. That like people so worried about like, oh, I need this equipment. I need the best computer. I need the best mic. Like, no, just do it. Like start now, be authentic, and like people will gravitate towards you if they see you for you. That's what I'm saying. Like people don't watch reaction videos for the song. People watch it like, well, if they're a new viewer, of course they're gonna be like, oh, what's this song? What's this person? But your fan base, they're not watching it for the music. They're watching it for you. They don't care about the music. They're watching how you react to it. That's why that's why reaction videos get so much hate. It's like, why would you want to watch somebody reacting to a song you just can listen to themselves? Don't you think they know that? They want to watch the person. So it's like I say, like if you come with that energy, people are gonna gravitate towards you no matter what.
Yeah,
you just do it.
I know. Have you changed over the years? Like you're kind of like the way that you are in front of camera?
Okay. So when I first started, so like I changed only once. So when I first started, right,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my old videos. I like had the glasses. Like I was like, nobody's ever gonna know
Yeah.
my identity. And I was like, I watched a lot of Filthy Frank at the time. So I did like a terrible impersonation of like Pink Guy in like my own kind of way. And then I kept breaking the glasses and I was like, you know what, let me just be who I am. And that's where people really started to like me, when I was like me and not some hardcore Keem version 1. You know what I'm saying? That's like the terrible version. But yeah, other than that, people just been liking me as I am, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to say about you being like one of the most unique reactors too. No, dude, it's so true. I think everyone knows it. Everyone knows.
I know people say like I don't see it. Like I just see me as a guy watching a video. I see it like a black and white. It's like so black and white for me. It's like, all right, I'm watching this video. Why do you want to watch me watch this video? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know it's true. I feel like for me, it took me a long time to continue to get comfortable in front of the camera. My first videos are cringy. I cannot watch my first couple of videos. But
I remember your little setup. You had to use at the little dinner table. You had the dinner table. You had the painter right behind you. I like your videos are so cool.
What the shit is up, my dudes? And just
Dude.
Like
You don't do that anymore.
No, I thought it was a little bit cringy. Honestly, a lot of my the things I say are still a little bit cringy. I just kind of run with it. Like, that's enough chit chat. Let's fucking do it. Like, but yeah, but like the thing is, like, it's such a staple. Like, there's been times like where I kind of want to stop saying, let's fucking do it, but I don't know how to take it away. Like,
my intro was, what's good, my hardcore crew? It's your boy Hardcore. Can you split it down the middle, front to back, side to side? Let's talk about this pit. What other action? I kind of like let that go like slowly, because it's like, all right, that's a long intro type thing.
That's the thing. I used to have like a long intro, like with like the video. It was like 15 seconds before I would show up on camera. I took that away, and I think you just got to kind of adapt to the changes, because people's attention spans just keeps getting shorter and shorter. That people, you look at the analytics and people don't even watch your intro. You're like, why am I doing this?
Listen, this year I really started to pay attention to my analytics, and it was like, I saw my old videos, like a lot of people would drop off after like 10 seconds, and I'm like, they never watched the video. I was like, so I got to make my intro shorter. So that's why, like, it's not my old intro. It's just my face, boom, straight into the reaction.
Man, that's a good idea. Actually, with me, I don't look at my analytics. I feel like it's like stressful, I guess. But maybe yeah, but maybe I should, because like I do notice that a lot of people tend to drop off with the review. It's funny because like now, like, I have to resort to clickbait for my titles a little bit, because like it's so fucking competitive.
It's working.
Yeah, sort of. Sometimes no, because a lot of people are doing it. Everyone's kind of doing it. But the thing is, like, okay, now you're watching the video, and a lot of people skip the review portion, where like I get pretty thorough with breaking down the song. That's like an extra 3 minutes or 4 minutes of content. And now you can watch the analytics. They're just there for the reaction. Did he headbang to the breakdown? Okay, cool. Then they're done with the video. But the thing is, like, with the titles, where I was getting at is some of my titles could be like a little bit gives context to the reaction. It could be just like, oh, is this their best song? And then it's me like in the question mark.
Listen, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Your thumbnails are god tier. I don't know how you do it, but your thumbnails are god tier.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Well, it's because I was doing digital marketing for how long? 5 years or something. So like I was doing YouTube for other companies. Like I was helping their YouTube. Yeah, I was making thumbnails already. And the thing is, like, the whole thumbnail with the person in front of the music video screen and then the band logo, that's me. That was I started that. And the fact that like like everyone's kind of doing it, and if everyone's annoyed by the thumbnail look of reactions, like, that's my bad. I think Alex Hefner was kind of doing something similar, but he was using like band photos. But like I was doing like the main, like the vocalist sing to the camera, and I would take that and then the band logo and like, oh, this looks cool. Now everyone's doing it, and I'm like, oh shit, how can I change the look of my thumbnails? But I just kind of keep it the same. But thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. It's funny because like even with my editing, I really focused on editing and production value at the beginning, trying to make sure it looks cool and it's engaging. But now that you have like Orion Reacts and other people that are they're Tank the Tech with his facts and stuff. I'm like, people keep changing it. That you have to like play catch up too.
Listen, shout out to Orion. That boy can edit like no other. Like he like because when you see his edits, you're like, this would have taken me like 2 hours to do. Yeah, and it's like for like a 5-second, he'll like split, cut, and I'm like, Orion, how do you have time to do that? But hey, he does it.
I feel bad for him sometimes where like he does crazy edits and then I'll check the video like and then see the comments, and some of the comments are just like, oh yeah, this band is so good, this song is so sick. I'm just like, dude, appreciate the effort in the video, man.
When Roddy Radke hated on his video for what's up? Yo, I wanted to fight Roddy. I was like, yo, leave my boy alone. Like, watch who you talking to like that.
So I had Orion on a podcast recently, but this was off like the recording. But I was telling him like about the Ronnie Radke thing. I'm like, dude, I heard about that, and he's like, yeah, I think for my next video, I'm going to make sure that there's no edits for Ronnie. I'm like, no, double down. Just go like fucking zoom cuts the whole time just for him.
You have to.
No, he has to.
He has to.
Oh, I'm going to make sure that Orion hears this, but he needs to double down on Ronnie because, like, he's like, bro, calm down on the edits, bro. Holy.
Right.
I'm like, Ronnie, let him do his thing, man.
Right. Like, who are you? Well, you're Roddy Radke, but still.
But still, I also noticed with Ronnie, he'll watch my reaction. He's like, okay, I like this guy. Go give him a like. Go give him a subscribe. But I'm like, Ronnie, you never even watched my review. As soon as he gets to the review portion, he leaves. I'm like, I feel like that's my bread and butter personally, is my reviews. And he just skips that part. I'm like, screw you, Ronnie.
People really do I like your reviews. I like how you break down the song because you see it from like a different light. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, he didn't get it though. But I'm like, I respect it.
I do my best to break it down, but also at the same time, I feel like I've put myself in a weird corner where I need to be thorough and like think about the song a little bit more analytically. And sometimes a lot of people don't like that. They are just like, because I can get a little bit like critical. Like I just checked out the new Gloom in the Corner album. That people are saying like it's album of the year. I'm like, the album's like fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong. But then I reviewed it. I'm like, I had a couple issues with it, and I'm gonna break it down. And I know that some people are definitely not going to like that. They just want to hear like praise all the time.
What do you think about the new Lorna Shore album?
So that is a good one. That is a good question, because when I was doing the singles, the first two, I'm like, okay, these are sick. It sounds a little bit like To the Hellfire-ish, but still sick. The third single, I'm like, okay, look, these songs are all together on the track list, 2, 3, 4. Then they all sound kind of similar. That's going to be a big problem with like the album for me. And then I checked out Pain Remains. I'm like, oh, okay, this song has some emotion. It sounds cool. Then I checked out the album. I'm like, okay, I'm worried about the repetition. I'm worried about the same formula. I listened to the whole album, like, I wasn't bored. It's actually it's pretty fucking sick. I think the whole album is actually really, really good. I think Lorna Shore just has a wicked style, but it is very repetitive, and their formula is beaten to death for sure. But like, it still sounds really cool. I didn't get bored of it. But if they do the same thing for the next album, it's going to be like a 5 out of 10 for me. That's the thing. So how do you feel?
So that's because like I reacted to the album, but it got blocked. So that's how I felt like with the singles. Like the first 2 singles, I was like, oh wow, this is sick. And then the third single, I was like, all right. And then like Pain Remains was like the outlier. I'm like, okay, they're going in a way different direction. But when I was listening to the album, I wasn't looking at like the track list. And when I looked over, I'm like, oh, we're already at the next song. Like I couldn't tell when it switched over to because it sounded the same. Like I thought it was still one song, and I was like, listen, guys, it was an okay album.
Man, like that's the thing. It's I know some people are calling it masterpiece too. I wouldn't go that far either. And like the thing is, I saw them live just the other day, and like it was cool to actually talk to Will a little bit. But I noticed that even in their live set, a lot of the blast beats, tremolo picking stuff got very samey, and I can even feel it in the crowd and the energy. A lot of the crowd's just kind of doing this, and then they just wait for a breakdown to happen. And as soon as the breakdown happened, people just like finally move again. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like the thing is, like, sure, people can say like, oh, the music is like amazing and masterpiece, but I literally felt the energy of the room. And a lot of people were a little bit stagnant at times, because there was a lot of repetition for sure.
Hey, but shout out to Lorna Shore.
Yeah, like
they're a great band though. They're a great band. It's just like when they did their what was the 3-song EP. I love that.
Oh, and a Return to Nothingness.
Yes, that beautiful.
Dude, no, the thing is, their sound is fucking amazing. What they have sounds so cool that there's copycats. I check out a band on Twitch, and I'm like, okay, this sounds so Lorna Shore. Like, so their sound is fucking awesome. But like for an album, just listening to, I'm like, okay, there is definitely a lot of repetition. There needs to be a couple more switch ups to make things a little bit more entertaining. But yeah, Lorna Shore, they're putting metal on. Okay, what was really cool about the Lorna Shore show, something really weird, was the amount of girls there. It was like there was so many more girls at that concert that I've seen at other like metal shows. And I'm like, holy crap, Lorna Shore is bringing a female demographic, and Lorna Shore is like one of the most heaviest fucking bands out there.
Have you seen Will?
So that's the thing. That's the thing.
Come on, let's call a spade a spade. That's a good looking man. Like he's good look. Like of course, people like they don't care if you're doing pig squeals into a toilet. You making toilet noises. If you good looking, you'll bring anybody to a show, baby. You feel me?
Dude, it's so true. It's so necessary. That I think that's another reason why like Bring Me the Horizon was doing well with like their deathcore stuff, and also Mitch with Suicide Silence. Like that shit like is so important, but I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough. But like, yeah, I shared the selfie that I took with Will to like my family was like asking about it, like, oh, how was the show? We had like a WhatsApp group, so I sent it to my grandma. She's in it, and she's just like, oh, he's a cutie.
It's like, grandma, come on.
I know. Chill out, Granny.
I'm right here. Like I'm right here.
Chill out,
Am I
Granny.
not cute? Yeah.
Just looking at the time, 1 hour and 11 minutes, dude. I don't want to take too much of your time up. Okay.
I didn't even know the time passed, man.
Well, dude, you're a fucking dad, man. Like you got duties. You got father duties.
I got a wife for.
I guess so. All right. Actually, I have a question here that I didn't ask you yet that I think I'd like to know. It's like, what are some of the challenges that you've had being a content creator?
That's a great question.
It's a good one, right?
I've never been asked that. So at first it was like timing, and now it's I would say it's going out of my comfort zone or doing what I really want to do. Because you know how every time you go out, like let's say not necessarily go out. Let's say, all right, so reactions is your base, right? Let's say you do 1 or 2 videos that's like separate. You're like, what do people want to think about this? Like, let's say I react to something that's like non-metal, or I just, you know, like when you do like a cover, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to do like sprinkle covers here and there. I didn't want to do too much because then people would be like, hey, can you cover this? Can you cover this? It's like, so where do you go after reactions, or where do you go while doing reactions? How do you really grow your fan base and keep people's attention? So that's like a struggle. It's like, can I do this? Can I not do this? Like, what will they like? You know what I'm saying? What point will it be till it's like, oh, a Keem switched or Keem switched up, or METALBIRB switched up? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do they be like, all right, you can do this? Yeah, it's hard.
Nick,
you know what I'm saying?
Nick did that with the guitar covers. He was pivoting away from that, right? And also with me, with my videos, like I usually try to experiment with like one different kind of video per week, where it's like, it's like the color decay talking about the hot takes. Like I usually do one video per week that's a little bit different from reactions, and sometimes it's very hit or miss. Like I did one video, it was like the cringiest, reacting to the cringiest videos on the internet. That was a good video, right?
That was a great video.
Thank you.
That was a great. It was so funny. That was a great video. You should do more videos like that.
Bro, thank you. Yeah, but
when I saw that, I was like, oh, he's stepping out of his comfort zone, he's doing it, and I was like, I wonder. It made me think.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't do well in views. It had like 2,700 views. And I'm like, damn, this video is really good quality, and it sucks it didn't pull people in. But I took a clip of that on TikTok, and now the TikTok video is like 75,000 views. I'm like, all right, I'm moving over to TikTok then. But the point is, like, I do little odd videos once a week, and the reason is I think long term it's good. Because if you continue to experiment, like if reactions become not trendy 2 years from now, if people just get bored of the reaction videos, because it's possible. It could happen.
Very possible. Yeah.
Then just kind of like slowly okay, so pivot to something else. And I think the best person for that, the best person in that regard is Nick Nocturnal. That dude knows how to go from the trends exactly. I think and he's constantly helping out the metal scene too, but like that's why he stepped away from guitar covers, now doing metal reaction videos, but also now doing like other things too. He's making lots of like original video ideas and just continues to branch out. But I think that's hugely important.
Yeah, it is, because even if it's like, that's what even if you like you said, one like weird video a week, get them like used to it. Is better than, all right, I did just straight reactions. I'm just going to switch to being a gaming channel. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge 180.
Yeah, you started a gaming channel too, didn't you?
Yeah, I do have a gaming channel. I haven't posted it forever, but I need to get back on it. But it's like that was at a time where I'm like, yeah, all right, reactions again, kind of. I need something else to do.
I know. I don't think people realize that, but just think about it. You're doing the same thing every time, and like you just get a little bit bored of it. Like, and also you can tell, for me at least, when I'm like filming reactions, I just get a little bit bored. Like, oh, it's more metalcore, and it's going to be people like, oh, this song is amazing. You got to check it out, METALBIRB. And then I check it out. I'm like, it was all right.
All right.
Yeah, it was all right. I'm like, I'm just bored. Like, maybe I'm a little bit fatigued by reactions, and maybe I'm fatigued by doing the metal stuff too. Sometimes I branch out and do like, I did the fucking, okay, I once did Bruno Mars.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and people were just like, oh, this is really cool, METALBIRB. Good job. Like, I'm a metalhead and I like Bruno Mars too. I'm like, oh yeah, nice. So then like a couple days later, I'm like, okay, Weeknd came out with a new song. Mm-hmm. So I did it. 9 dislikes in the first hour.
Yeah, it's like it really is a hit or miss. I believe was it a month or so ago? I did BTS.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
And I was like,
well, I didn't watch the video, but I saw it, the thumbnail.
I was like, oh, I didn't know BTS. I didn't know they did Dynamite. And people was like, oh, you a BTS fan? I was like, no, I'm not. But here it is, you know. Twitch made me do it, but
yeah. And I checked out a K-pop song, Blackpink. I think they were cool.
I never heard of that.
It was sick, and I was hoping to clip it, but the audio got muted from the Twitch stream. But like, the thing is, you got to be careful with doing videos for those kind of artists, right? Because you're going to pull in a whole different audience.
Different audience.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we start on that trend, we selling out.
Yeah, well, it's not even selling out, but like, I don't know. I think, who is it? Alex Hefner kind of does that. He goes from like old metal bands to metalcore bands to like rap and stuff. He's like all over the place.
Yeah, I had a little gripe with him in the beginning when I first started watching him. It was like songs like everybody knows, and he's like first time hip hop head, first time listening, and then he like got called out about it. I was like, you really never listened to Enter Sandman? Never heard that day in your life?
Yeah,
it was like those huge songs, like it's on the radio constant. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really haven't heard that before? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, and the thing, like, it's true. He's an amazing content creator, as in terms of editing, his personality and everything. He's awesome, but I have noticed him do a video for Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like, bro, come on.
It's like my mom has heard that song.
Yeah, everyone. Your fucking baby's already heard that song, probably.
Exactly. It's like, really?
And the thing is, I think he took down that video, too. I don't think it's there anymore, but yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird. Anyway, all content creators are doing wonderful things to the metal scene, though. We're all helping out each other and making the metal scene even more relevant. But okay, look, we're going at I'm just looking at the timing. Let's move on to the next segment, which is questions from Patreon. So what I do is I ask my Patreon, my MVBs, my most valuable burbs, for a question. So if you'd like to ask a question to the next guest on the METALBIRB podcast, go to patreon.com/metalbirb. But this one actually didn't come from Patreon. This one came from Discord, but it's the only question I got because this was super last minute. But this dude, he helps out my channel quite a lot. So, and he asked a pretty good question. So this is Dasmando. He says, I have a question for Keem. I think as a black man, I can probably ask him 2 questions on just that. Does Keem think that hardcore is the most racially integrated form of heavy music? And why does he think that is? And does he think that things are improving from a multiracial standpoint, or more acceptance and more of us into all types of heavy music? Thanks. That's a big question.
Big question. All right. So do I think hardcore is racially integrated, as in accepted, or
racially, like just like racism is integrated into the scene, I think is where he's getting at.
Oh, for sure. Oh, it's there. Oh, it's there for sure. I used to get on a lot of my videos, like especially if I didn't like. I remember. I think I still have the video. It was this is when I first started. Disturbed, the sound of silence. I've never seen so many N words get so many N words.
What?
Because said that was like that was one video I kept up that I was like, yeah, I don't like it. I think it's private now, but I was like, yeah, this song is trash. People came out the woodwork. It was so bad. It was bad. And yeah, there's still like a lot of racial like tension, especially sometimes at shows. Like especially if people don't like know me. Sometimes I get targeted. And like in the pit.
Really?
Mm-hmm, like targeted. Like there's like targeting crowd killing, like fun. Like I know the difference between fun crowd killing and like target crowd killing. It's like as soon as I step to pit, I'm immediately attacked, and I'm like, all right, something's up. Yeah.
Holy.
But I feel it is getting better though.
Yeah, like sure. Since like I guess less people are like saying stupid shit.
Yeah, so as YouTube standpoint, it definitely got a lot better. Like people are cool, but and like as shows, it's definitely getting better too, because like I feel more people of color are going out to shows, which I absolutely love. Like I love seeing it, because at a point it was a lot of times where I was the only black person there, only colored person there, not even Spanish or anything. I was the only black person there. But now it's like more people are starting to come out, especially when I was in Texas. It was a lot. It was like Spanish, Mexican, black. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, this is what it needs to be like. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people of color that love this type of music but are afraid to go to shows. And really? I completely understand why. Because they don't know that they don't know that if they're going to be accepted or not. That's like the first show that's like the first show I ever went to. I was so out of my comfort. I think I showed up in a Sunday Funday tank top. I think it was 2009. Everybody had plugs, skinny jeans, the super V-necks. Toms on, and me, I came with a tank top and some board shorts. So I felt out of my comfort zone. I was the only black guy there. I'm like, hold on, what is going on here? So like, I get it, I totally get it, but hey, the only way to progress is everybody be more unified, which the scene really is. Like people see it, people cut that thing out. People cut it out. People cut the cancer out. So it's definitely more accepted now, which is amazing. So hey, go to a show. People of color, come on, pop out to a show. If I see you at a show, oh my, that's the one thing. I know I'm an introvert, extrovert, but if I see if I see some color people at a show, I'm like, whoa, what's up? Like, like break bread with me. Like, what's good? Like, I love to see it, man.
Oh man, like the thing is, like, I feel like metalcore music is also like pretty good for that, because one of my favorite things about metalcore is that it's very accepting of other genres of music, and that's what I'm always striving for. I'm like the opposite of a gatekeeper. I'm like a music snob for sure,
Right.
but like I don't know, and we're taking genres from different styles. Like yeah, like I feel like there's like R&B and stuff. Even Bad Omens has like a little bit of an R&B flair. But like I feel like there's just different styles merging into metalcore, which is pulling in more people from different cultures into the scene too, which is cool. But one thing I have noticed, obviously, with METALBIRB when she was in the videos, like yeah, she's half black, but like there was times where we checked out Animals as Leaders, like Toes and Abasi, right? And then she would make a comment saying like, oh, I forget what the word that she used, the terminology, but like something about just like black empowerment, and just like it's cool that this man is like amazing guitarist. We need that black empowerment kind of thing. And people in the comments were just like, "Why are you talking about that? Why are you bringing race into this?" And like there was so much negative comments. That I'm just like, man, like it's hard for her to connect with a lot of these like musicians and these like bands in some sort of way from a culture kind of standpoint. So having Toes and Bossy just fucking rip it on guitar, like I don't know, it's cool to mention it, but I think that's another thing that's like, it's like slight little racism. It's more just like it's unacceptance.
Right. It's because when you think about it, name 5 black guitarists.
Jimi Hendrix
in the metal, in the metal scene.
What's the dude from the Genty? Josh Travis.
Mm-hmm.
We got Skylar from Issues. Toes and the Bossy.
Okay.
I'm out.
Right, so it's like it's few and far between. So whenever we see, like I just reacted to a video, the band called Null, the vocalist, he's black and he's on guitar as well. Great band, by the way. And I'm like, my brother, what's up? I'm like, yo, let's go. Because it's like we don't see it a lot, but when we do see it, we appreciate it. We're like, okay, let's go. Like we're here, and it's like we love to uplift other people of color.
Yeah,
we just love it.
Null is sick. I heard Null too. They're good.
Oh yeah, Null is good. But with that comes, people, like you said, oh, why you gotta bring race into it? It's not a race thing. It's not like she said, oh, he's black or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's better because he's black or something.
Right. It's not like she said that. It's like, okay, she appreciates it. She's like, okay, like it's a brother. He's playing guitar. He's shredding it. He's killing it. Props to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a good thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dasmando, he had a good question, man.
That's a great question. Shout out. What's his name?
Dasmando.
Shout out Dasmando. I see you out there.
He actually shows me. He shows me a lot of bands actually, of like with like black musicians too and stuff. But yeah, I think it's really cool because like I'm seeing from his like songs, he's showing me a lot more bands. But like I'm like I don't really talk about it because I know if I talk about it, I'm like. Right. People are just going to be like, obviously, I'm a white guy.
Oh, so let me talk about it. I got you.
Yeah.
Here was another of the big thing where people was like, hey, it has nothing to do with race, but it does. So, Adam Warren.
Oh,
of Oceano,
yeah.
Right. So, a lot of people paint him as the face of black vocalists, which he hates that. And it's true. So you see like a black vocalist, a lot of people would be like, oh, sounds like Adam from Oceano. Oh, Adam from Oceano. They'll like compare.
Oh, really?
And it's like, it's like, why are you doing that for?
But like his vocals sound just the same as anybody else, really. Like I'm like I mean that as like a good thing. Like
Right. He has a little. He does have a little he has like he has a distinction. But
yeah.
sometimes people compare. Like, all right, it's a black vocalist. All right, I'm compared to it. I'm compared to him. He's the standard for black vocalists.
Oh
And
man.
it's like, come on.
I can see that being a little bit weird, but okay, here's an interesting topic too that I don't know if either of us are qualified to answer, but talking about female fronted being a genre, a subgenre.
Why is that a subgenre?
Well,
I mean, I can't really talk on that, but why is it?
So the thing
I feel it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's
so
me.
the thing is like, yeah, it shouldn't be a subgenre, it's just a vocalist. But there is an argument to say that female vocals definitely have a distinct different tone than guys for sure. That's the one thing. But unless you're like Anthony Green from Seosin or Circuit Survive, but that is definitely a question that I can't really answer. But I hope to have female vocalists on and pick their brain about that one.
Oh, they got it. Like, I don't care what race you is. If you female fronted, you got it. You got it hard.
Yeah, I think there's even like T-shirts branded saying like female vocals is not a genre or something.
Hey, they get a lot of hate for no reason. It's crazy. But
yeah,
shout out to them doing it, man.
What other friggin' spicy conversations can we have? I don't know. Like,
I'm full of them.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm full of spiciness, man.
People who are getting enraged with the conversation right now, don't worry. We're moving on to the next segment.
No. He says we're moving on. Get mad. You gonna do about it? Oh, that's one thing I love to do. Like if I know someone's mad, I got this thing where I'll keep on egging it on. This is a little side story. So there was this guy. He absolutely hated my guts for no reason. My guts, my videos. He would comment every single time under my video. He'd be like, "Oh, you suck. This band sucks." No reason. Just as soon as like he followed me, had my post notifications on, everything. So I was like, "Oh, I got me one." So every time I'll post a video, I'll tag him in it. Everything I did, I tagged him in it. Story, I'll tag him in it, made it super small so he can see it. Make sure he did it. And then like every time he'd be like, "Why are you tagging me? You know I don't like this. Why are you tagging me?" I was like, "I just really appreciate your love." And he like blocked me. So boom, I made an alt account. Started tagging him in it. Oh, listen, I get petty. You push me to a point. Listen, hardcore Keem's out the window. You get a key. You get
the real key.
You get the real key. Oh, I'll go great lengths.
Holy, yeah, I kind of like that idea. The thing is, like, when someone says like something stupid, like, or just kind of like, I think I got like a comment in a video recently saying like, is the crit or no? I did fuck, marry, kill video, which I thought was a good idea. Fuck, marry, kill for bands.
I saw that, but I didn't click on it. I was like, he did it. Yeah, I saw that for bands. Oh,
when I came up with that idea, I'm like, oh, this is like a original idea. No one else has done this. Okay, so I did it, and then one of the first comments that showed up is just like, "This is so stupid. Be better." And then so I replied back saying like, "Okay, I will be better. I'm going to do a part 2 just for you, and it's going to be even stupider." Like that's what I mean. I just. But the thing was, that video I thought it was actually pretty funny. And guess what? Fucking Finn McKenty, Punk Rock MBA, took my idea, and his video has like 8 times as many views as mine.
No way. Dang it, Finn.
I'm going to have Finn on my podcast, and I'm going to call him out on all the wrongs that he's done for me.
Do it.
Actually, yeah, we were the reaction thing when he was calling reaction channels are trash.
Oh, I saw that, and he like showed your video, and I'm like, Finn, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I was like, I respect Finn, his opinions. He has some really cool opinions, but it was I remember it was with the Lord of Shore thing.
Yeah,
I remember that. I'm like, Finn, what are you doing?
Yeah, the thing was like it was such a light comment. Reaction channels are trash. Whatever. It's like a silly, stupid opinion. But the fact that like right after he showed a compilation and that compilation was a clip of me, I'm like, great. this video has 100,000 views and now there's that many people that are associating with my content as trash. I'm like, I work every fucking day on this YouTube channel and I'm trying to like kind of destroy the stigma of reaction by providing review content with it.
Yeah.
And so for him to do that, I was just like, no.
And that's the thing. He didn't show the review part. He showed the you enjoying the song. It's like you can't enjoy the song. Like what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Tell me. What does he want?
Yeah, and then he started posting reactions too. I'm like, someone needs to call him out on this bullshit. So I called him out, and it fucking made the reaction community tighter. Like me and Bogdan from Hardcore started talking because of that and stuff. So I thought I was so glad Tank the Tech thought I liked it too. He actually wanted a podcast with me and Finn on it, us three. Never ended up happening, but I thought that would have been really cool. Just battle.
Listen, respark that. No, I was kidding. If that would have happened, you had 70K now, you would have had your plaque, my baby. You would have had your plaque. Because that would have been there's nothing that really like that's happened in the reaction space. So you three being on a podcast talking it out would have been crazy. That would have been great.
Yeah, fuck. You're absolutely right. I think that would have been a great way that would have been a good conversation. I guess it would have been a little bit tough for everyone timing wise, but I plan on hitting up Finn McKenty a little bit and just just call him out a little bit. But like even his reactions, I think people have like said in some of his more recent ones saying like, oh, it's cool to see Finn like actually enjoy a song. Cause like, hey, if you keep filming it and quit making fun of people doing it, you're going to want to move. You have an audience watching you. It's a little bit different. The thing is, I get it. If you're by yourself with, you have 0 subscribers, it is a little weird to go like, whoa, this song is sick. Oh shit. But like, we have tons of subscribers now and that there's people watching it. The way that I said it is like the way that I react to music is the way that I listen to music live. If I'm at a show, I'll go like, oh shit, like, and you hear me go like, woo, and like when there's like a heavy section, I'm like, oh, but like when I'm like walking or if I'm like with headphones, you don't hear me going like, woo, oh fuck yeah, like no, that's a little weird, no.
Yeah, I'll give the official, I'll give the, what I'm saying, like, ooh, what I'm saying, but yeah, you don't see me on a plane throwing down. That's weird.
Just like on a plane punching the seat in front of you.
Nah, it's not that, but it's just like a representation. I'm so surprised I didn't pop up on this thing. I was so certain I will pop up on his video.
I feel like I don't know, dude. I think you have a lot of respect in the scene. Like I know I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but your reactions are, like I said, no one does them quite like you. Like it's true, but like people like there's oh man, the amount of Nick Nocturnal copycats out there, it's nuts. I'm like, oh man, like you're trying too hard to be like Nick and stuff.
Yeah. He has a lot of copycats.
Oh yeah. I know.
And Nick is like he has his own lane. So it's like in this reaction space, we all do the same thing, but we all have our own lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like you do your reactions a certain way. I do my reactions a certain way. Orion does his reactions a certain way. Nick does his reactions a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're like cemented in our own lanes that if somebody was like, all right, I'm gonna hop in this lane with them, people automatically be like, wait a minute, what you doing? That's what I love. That's what I kind of love about the reaction, reaction crowd. They're like, wait a minute, you trying to be like METALBIRB? You trying to be like Keem? You know what I'm saying? So like, I love that though.
It's true. If I see somebody else doing the pros and cons at the end of like a song or something during the review, I'm like, okay, that is a me thing that you're doing, or like
I remember like your old thumbnails used to outline the thumbnail in like pink or like the color. And I saw a lot of people started doing it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's a burb thumbnail.
That's what I'm saying. The whole YouTube look or YouTube thumbnail is kind of like I started it because I was doing.
You pioneered that for sure.
Well, I was doing it for other companies. I was working for like an Audi dealership and stuff. And like I was making YouTube thumbnails and I was putting people in front of like the car and stuff. So I kind of took that idea. But yeah, then eventually it kind of took off. But it's funny to see it kind of change over the years too. Even titles have changed. Back in the day, it was just like the band and then reaction. Now it's just like you have to
add something to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't. Some people are lucky to not have to do it. I think Tank the Tech, for example, is one of those people that just roadie reactions. He's good. And then, but for a lot of us in the same kind of like view space, we have to. Unfortunately, the thing is, okay, I don't call it clickbait because it is part of like the video. Like for one, like the one that I really like was calling like the Spirit Box song. Like Spirit Box song kind of sounds like garbage. Yeah.
The band, and people thought you meant they was garbage. Yo, I love that title so much because like I saw your comments. Here's exactly what people do. Oh, METALBIRB said that Spirit Box was garbage. Let me not look at the reaction. You hate Spirit Box. F you. Like, didn't even watch the reaction.
Yep.
And commented. And I'm like, this blows my mind.
Yeah. They
didn't get it.
A lot of times the thumbnails give, or the titles give context to a reaction. There's a lot of times where I'll be like, oh, this is like a banger or something. And then people will comment like, oh, I love this song. This song's the best song. And then like, you didn't watch my review. I actually had a lot of issues with the song or something. Yep. But yeah.
I remember what I did. I think for a couple of when that first started, I said like African American. I said obese African American man reacts. Yo, I used to get extreme with my titles because I was like, oh man, that's the wave now. I was like, all right, I'll do it for a little bit. I was like, all right, I gotta stop this.
Richard and Jammer, I remember we were talking about that before. It was like that is the funniest title easily that any reactor has ever done. What did I did? I did one that was much more tame in comparison to you, but it was like for Lawrence Shore. It's like Costco member gets mind blown to Lawrence Shore.
And you like reacted to no, not reacted. Like your thumbnail like had the name tag and everything, right?
No.
Is it Costco member?
No, it just said Costco member, but it was just like in the title, but it was like a regular thumbnail of me. But
do that.
The thing is, like, I've made 1,200 videos. I need to get a little bit more creative here and there. I got a little bit bored of just doing the band and then the reaction review kind of thing.
Oh, what is Richard? I know now he don't even put the band in the title. Like he'll just say something, and I'm like, that kind of works too.
Yeah, so I was
like they'll have to find out what the band is.
I was talking to Bogdan. He was talking about it on the first episode of the podcast. But yeah, so it's a really clever idea because you don't know what to expect. It makes it way more clickable. You give like a little hint in the thumbnail of what the sound is, and then you find a new band. So I did that. I took his idea for like a band I really like, Johnny Booth. Actually, we fucking checked out Johnny Booth. That was our collab.
We sure did.
Yeah,
we sure did.
And I'm just like, oh, like you need to hear this band. And then it did pretty well in views. I'm like, oh shit, because like my last Johnny Booth video got like half the views for using the band name in the title. So it works, man. It works. I think it's like if you're having issues with underground bands, I think it's a good idea to just say what the song sounds like in the title, because if you put the band name in the description, it'll still show up in search.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing.
I care now about views.
Another thing that I used
to not even care.
Yeah, dude. Well, for me, like my views, I've noticed that there's been like a downward trend recently, but I also don't know if it's because like music, there hasn't been like a lot of releases the past 3 weeks. So I feel like my views have been kind of dipping, but maybe, it's just because I think the content is not quite there, even though like it's still making good content, just like the songs, people aren't, they just want to check out the bands that they know. Right. But yeah,
that's another big thing. They don't recognize their name. Or that's why, I do like the Instagram stuff, because some of them will go watch the full video because they'll get an idea of what it's like instead of clicking the video, wait for it to load, wait for the part that's like catchy and that they like. So definitely do that. I really think you should hit hit the reels hard.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I've been doing the TikTok thing, and I'm just like, I just don't want to flood my Instagram page with it, but I guess I have to. I feel like it's just too much content, but the thing is, it is good to showcase the band. So Orion, actually, it's funny. He got a band that doesn't even exist anymore, and he just did like a little clip, and now it's at like 5 million views on TikTok. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and the band doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, I know they're like punching the air right now.
Yeah, I know.
But listen, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I really think you should do it because it's helped me grow not only in my Instagram. Listen, I'm almost at 100K.
Yeah, dude.
It grown my Patreon because once people find you, they like you for you, they will go to all your other socials.
Yep. I noticed that with doing TikTok. I'm getting more followers through TikTok on Instagram, at least. It's not translating to YouTube yet, but I've noticed my Instagram has grown because of TikTok.
Boom. There you go. You got your secret sauce. Come on. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Listen, you at 70K. You got 30 more K. Listen, I want to listen. You look behind you. Look behind you in that corner. You see where that soundproofing is? I want to see that 100K plaque right there. You feel me? I want to see it right there. Front and center.
It's funny because like I'm not even like going for the 100K. Like I'm not even like it'd be sick, but like I don't expect that really until like a few years maybe if I keep doing this. But like who knows? Maybe there something will go viral. It's just like it's such a slow uphill. There's no actually my channel was at its peak with the METALBIRB videos for sure. You had a girl and me. I get it. That content was doing really well for views.
It was great, but people got weird in the comments.
Dude, I fucking
people got it. So weird. People got so weird in the comments. Like I loved what she was on with you, but people got really weird. It was like, stop that. People, it was like she's our girlfriend now. I'm like,
yeah, people are definitely like, thirsty.
Like, weirdos.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when my audience is 96% is male and 4% is female. But yeah, so, but the thing is, like, I noticed that doing the videos with her, I wasn't totally myself in the videos. Right. I remember one time, like, I was like really hyper in a song and I'm being like weird and like kind of goofy. And she's like, why are you being annoying? And I'm like, oh, and then I toned it down. And so like, I guess I toned it down, right? But now doing all these videos by myself, I'm like getting much more fucking weirder in front of the camera and stuff. So I feel much more actually myself now than I did back in the day. But yeah,
hey, it's all about being yourself. Like what it's the changes.
Exactly,
it's the changes we got to make. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough. Like I know we were saying earlier for new content creators, if you want to be like doing this, you have to be yourself. But it's not easy. It takes time.
Oh, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not like people think I'm hyper 24/7. People think it's an act. I wish it was. I really wish it was because it's tiring. If I'm putting this on for 24/7, I'd be tired. Like I'm just like naturally, because I'm in my space. I'm like naturally like, what's up? You know.
I know that's like the Twitch streams too. The Twitch streams, like I'm a little bit more mellow for sure, but it's still like 3 to 4 hours of me checking out music, and I'm like, after that, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Like I need to.
Oh, you telling me? Listen, because like I tend to stream like late, like 8 to like 10. And like I'd be like an hour and a half in, and people be like, "You're not gonna punch Bobby?" I'm like, "I'm tired." Like it's like I'm just tired. People like expect it. They're like, "He did move." I'm like, "It's a good song, but I'm tired." Like it is. I can't be 100% all the time.
And the worst part is you see your viewer rate kind of drop a little bit, but that happens.
I'm like goodbye. I'm going to bed.
Holy shit, dude. We're clocking in an hour and 47 minutes over here.
Oh
so yeah.
Okay.
So let's just finish off with the fun questions. Yeah. But you already answered. Yeah. You already answered this one, which was top 3 favorite bands, which was Devil Wears Prada, Soul Keeper, Relient K.
Oh shoot, Relient K was that band.
Oh yeah.
That band. Listen, we all had our little Christian phase. They was like the Christian band.
They were Christian? I didn't know they were Christian.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, mine was like under oath.
I can never get into Other Oath.
Oh, dude, their old shit was heavy. You'd probably like it.
I couldn't, man. I couldn't.
That's fair.
But and the third band is Waste.
Waste. I don't think I've heard them.
Another band from Minnesota.
Oh yeah, American industrial rhythmic noise band.
What is that? What pops up?
No. Okay, I'm looking at like something else. These guys are from California. Never mind. I'm like, you like noise rock? I'm like,
oh no, I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's weird shit. Don't worry about it. All right. Next question is top 3 favorite movies.
Oh, that's a loaded. Okay. So number 1, I'm gonna get. Okay. Number 1 is Batman, Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, nice.
Number 2, Matrix.
Oh.
Listen, Matrix lore, it's all in here. Listen, I can tell you every single little thing about Matrix. Number 3, I'm gonna go with
He's gone quiet. He's thinking.
Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, Captain America.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I'm not a big Marvel guy personally. I can't get into the Marvel movies too much.
Oh, I gotta understand the newer stuff. Newer stuff is kind of downhill.
Oh, so this is an older one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Matrix is fucking sick. Would you say you've taken the red pill or the blue pill?
Red all day, baby. All day.
There we go. All right. Top 3 favorite foods.
Listen, I tear me up. My number 1 is Mexican food. Like, I tear me up some carne asada.
Oh,
you feel me? You carne asada.
Si,
rice.
senor, si.
Like, oh yeah, listen, I will.
Que rico, que pica. You know I'm Mexican, right?
I knew you were mixed with something, so you're Mexican.
Yeah,
so you're like full blown Mexican.
I got it tattooed onto me. This is the Mexican crest.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
I saw your vacation, but I thought you just have family in Mexico. Okay, so you're full blown.
Well, I'm not full blown. That's why I'm white as hell. So my mom is Mexican. My dad is like Canadian, but my mom is like she's also super white for a Mexican too. Like growing up, my mom's family was called the Germans because they were so white for Mexicans. Right. But yeah, no, I'm like I have strong Mexican roots for sure.
You a POC? It's all right. It is what it is. It is you a brother. you technically a brother.
Tacos al pastor. Do you know what that is?
No, what's that?
Oh, it's tacos with like this. You know the meat that's like on a stick and they shave it off.
Barrio? No, not Barrio.
Gyro or from Greek?
It's like with a B. Body, and then you dip it into this sauce.
Oh, that sounds.
It's
amazing.
Like a taco. I know what you're talking about.
Well, this is called tacos al pastor. So you don't dip it into the meat. Instead, you put it into a taco, and then you get con piña. So with pineapple, you grill some pineapple on it, and then you put some like hot sauce and like some onions and stuff. Oh my god, it is the fucking best food ever.
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting hungry, man. I haven't had dinner yet.
Dang. All right. So Mexican, shoot. I guess number 2 is pizza. Number 3, shoot. Do some Taco Bell.
Just more Mexican food, but the American kind.
Basically.
Oh, you're
a huge.
Oh, you're a bro. You're a bro. You like the
bro.
Mexican food. You didn't even know that you're speaking to a Mexican over here.
No, I didn't. Like, look at you. Come on now.
I know.
I did.
I'm as white as you can get.
I'm glad that you're a POC.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of it too. Like a lot of my family growing up, like my brothers were kind of like worried to tell their friends and stuff because like people would make fun of them. I always owned it. I always just loved Mexico. Like I would say I've spent more than a year of my life in Mexico because back in the day I used to go there for like a month and just like every 2 years or so. So yeah, like Mexico's a big part of who I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
we were just there.
Well,
you were just there for vacation. How was it? Was it good?
Oh, dude, my family there parties like crazy.
Yeah.
My uncles, they're like 60, they're 70 years old actually, and they were drinking till 4 a.m. pretty much like every night. I can't even keep up. They always see me, and it's funny. My nickname there is Pastoral. So they're always like Pastoral, and I'm like, and then they're just like, come drink with us. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, I'm getting tired. It's like fucking, oh my God, I have to drink some more. And they're like, they don't do shots. They're always just drinking. They have like a buzz the entire week, man. Like we were in Cancun, right? So they had the week off too. Yeah, man. It was.
You get Uncle get like, come back. You drink. Listen, I love me some abuelas. Your grandma
abuelos.
Your grandma could cook?
Oh yeah, she's not around anymore, but when she was like the godmother. She cooked for everyone, and she was just like, everyone knew her. It's like she was like a mob boss or something. I would walk her down the street and just like, oh, para, ¿cómo estás? And like, oh, muy bien, gracias. Like everyone fucking knew her in the town that she was in.
That's awesome.
She was a legend.
That's usually how it is. Listen.
Yeah.
She'll cook for an army.
Yeah, I know. Dude.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah, you're making me reminisce right now, man. But okay, you like a bunch of Mexican food, like Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bro, like this is the longest podcast that I've had.
And also the best. I'm kidding.
Dude, look, I appreciate you coming on, chit-chatting, picking your brain about reactions and stuff. It was awesome to get to know you a little bit better, but you got anything you want to plug before we close the podcast out?
Join METALBIRB Army, be a MVB on Patreon.com. Help the homie out. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Subscribe to his channel. Listen, he's at 70K right now. Listen, them numbers. Come on, Ayo, hardcore crew. I know y'all see this. Do your boy a solid. You feel me?
Yeah, no, and METALBIRB crew, do your boy solid too. Subscribe to Keem too. Dude is crushing it on all social media platforms, and I am trying to play catch up. Hence the reel. No, the reels, dude. You're telling me to go on reels. That's what.
No, you gotta go on reels.
Yeah,
you have to.
But
I'll help you.
All right, good. All right, sounds good, dude. But all right, thank you again for your time. But all right.